Hi everyone, Dr. D here. I want to talk about why I became a chiropractor. It's all started in undergrad at University of British Columbia. I had always wanted to go into some kind of healthcare, but I wasn't quite sure which healthcare professional I wanted to be. It was actually decided for me when I started having symptoms in my arm, this shoulder actually, that anytime I brush my hair, anytime of overhead movement like this, putting my arm into external rotation and abduction, this whole arm would turn pretty much purple. The veins would pop out. In fact, you can still see the veins here pop out more than on this side of my shoulder. And they actually were quite prominent when it was happening. And I didn't know what was going on, and I wasn't sure why. I couldn't use my arm right. Brushing my hair, any type of overhead movement, my whole arm would turn purpley and tight and swollen and would feel crampy. And I couldn't stretch it out. I didn't know what was happening. And the swelling actually started to persist, meaning if I brush my hair or do any type of overhead movement, my arm would stay swollen even if I lowered it and moved it around. It got to the point where even my clothes, if my clothes had a cuff, I noticed with my clothes, my shirts would start feeling tight on the right side, not this side. Then I realized my right arm was actually getting bigger. It just looked swollen all the time, and I had no idea what was going on. So I went to my primary care doctor, my GP in Canada, assessed me real quick. He thought maybe I got bit by a spider or something. He wasn't sure what was going on, but he prescribed me ibuprofen for the swelling and told me to come back if it didn't get better. Well, it didn't get better, so I went back to him, and he prescribed me stronger ibuprofen, 800 milligrams, and it just gave me horrible stomach cramps. At that point, my arm was really bothering me. It was interfering with my daily life. I was studying for finals, and it was really uncomfortable. It started bothering me when I would sleep. It would just be really, really horrible. Really, the whole thing would turn purple. My hand will feel tight, and my arm was just staying consistently swollen. The veins were just popping out. Yeah, it was, and I'm right-handed, so it was really, really troubling to me. And I was complaining to my brother about it, and he said, "Why don't you go see a chiropractor?" And I said, "What's a chiropractor?" And I saw this an old school chiro down the street from my house in Ladner, British Columbia, and had no idea what to expect. He didn't really explain much to me. He just adjusted my neck, which was really kind of freaky at first, and he mobilized my shoulder a little bit, and just like that, something that I'd been dealing with for months, like at least 50% of the symptoms got better. I was able to move my arm. I was able to brush my hair and not have the tightness, cramping, discoloration of my upper extremity. It was pretty amazing stuff. And it was only when I went to chiropractic school, I think more than halfway through the program, I found out that I had thoracic outlet syndrome. My circulation from my arm back to my body was getting pinched by tight muscles in my pec and neck. And when the chiropractor adjusted me, it resolved most of those symptoms because adjusting the neck helps relax the neck and shoulder muscles. It was pretty amazing that that simple adjustment was able to fix something that traditional medicine couldn't even properly assess. What's scary is when I was in chiropractic school, I found out that thoracic outlet syndrome, the traditional way to treat it is using PT, drugs, or surgery. And the chiropractic visit took all of 15 minutes to fix something that I'd been dealing with frustratingly as a student in college with really no time to go to PT, 3 times a week. Well, the chiropractor fixed my thoracic outlet syndrome, and it was pretty amazing.